So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime?
Well,
Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
All right, everyone, we've got another sovereign citizen in court today, and this one's a mess. He was caught driving without a license, no insurance, and acting like the rules don't apply to him. Judges keep saying it, you need a license to drive. But here we are again. This case gets even crazier when the judge suggests he might need a competency exam, and honestly, she might be right. Watch the video and let me know in the comments if you think he's mentally unstable. After sitting through this, I definitely got that vibe. Let's jump in and see what happens.
Mr. Richard, are you able to activate your camera?
I can, but I'm moving stuff around at the same time.
Okay, well, we can well, let's just go ahead. I don't know if you were listening in when we were talking about your case. As you know, we've been waiting for the doctors to talk with you to see whether or not you're able to go forward on this matter. And there is now a date set for your interview.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for?
They need to ascertain whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist your attorneys. It's a two-prong test. So that's what we've been waiting for.
I understand the nature. I'm trying to figure out the cause. You guys never tell me.
Figure out what?
I understand the nature of this case. I'm trying to figure out the cause of this case. Like, what are we here for?
Well, you've been charged with the criminal offense of driving while your license is suspended in the third degree and operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device. Those are the charges.
I've never had a license for you to suspend.
So, sir, please stop talking about the facts of the case. This is your attorney.
Who?
This is Sean Parent, one of your attorneys, so please don't talk about the facts of the case.
Well, I'm not denying any of the facts. I'm just letting you know I'm letting you know what I understand is what I'm saying. She asked me if I understand, and I'm trying to answer the question. I'm letting her know what I understand, and I'm trying to figure out what's making me. What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes, there's legal competency, and it's two prongs, whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist. So right now, there's a question about whether you are able to proceed, and that's why we're having the doctors talk to you. That's
why can't
the current status.
Why can't I just ask the judge? Like, what?
Well, I am the judge, and I need those doctors to give me their opinion when they review your records and speak to you, and then we'll get a report back. So right now, you're finally being interviewed.
So I'm trying to get the answers from you. Like I'm in here talking to you.
And I'm telling you that you need to speak to these doctors on April 24th at 9 a.m.
And why do I need to talk to a doctor? I'm still not understanding. Like, I'm trying to figure out why
are we here? Did I commit a crime? Who am I? Sovereign citizens always say the same things, like they're stuck on repeat. It's like they all watched the same YouTube law video and learned nothing. This guy clearly needs a competency exam. Honestly, it should have happened yesterday. If you don't understand that laws apply to everyone, even Mr. I don't recognize your authority, then maybe it's time for a legal reality check. Judges have ruled over and over that this sovereign citizen stuff is nonsense. Yet here we are again, watching someone try to outsmart real laws with nothing but confidence and bad arguments. What should we even do with them? Should they just get their own island to live out this fantasy? Let me know what you think.
Because you're charged with the crime, and I need to make sure that you are legally competent to proceed in this matter.
What is the name of the crime?
I told you it's driving while license suspended, third degree, and operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device.
Is there any injured parties? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to take care of this and Give
And
you
we
guys what
cannot
you want to give-
proceed while your ability to understand the nature of the charges and to assist your attorney is at issue. We cannot
Well,
proceed.
we're
So
wasting
we're
time
in this
because I could
status.
just ask you. That's what I'm
And I'm
saying.
telling you right now, so the next hearing will be hopefully with a report in hand. You will have had your interview on April 24th at 9 a.m. Mr. Parent, you know where he would be going for that?
I'm not sure if it's going to be at the Shoreline Courthouse or at our office in Kent, or possibly at the courthouse in Kent. Kind of depends on where he lives.
You have good contact with Mr. Richard?
Yeah, we have a good phone number for him.
Okay.
So we will be able to keep in touch with him.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, they're going to meet with you on the 24th.
How?
And would it take about a week or two, Mr. Parent? Do
Are
you
they
think
gonna
you can report
come
back?
meet somewhere or something? Like what are they about to do?
Let's have him return on May 6th.
Well, like I said, you don't have my consent.
Actually, May 1. Let's do May 1.
So I don't know why you think I have to go see a doctor when I could just ask you all the questions that's stopping us from going forward. I told you I'm trying to settle the matter. I don't know what's going on.
Right. We keep trying to explain that to you, Mr. Richard. The reason is you're going to have to talk to these doctors and we'll get some additional information.
All right,
So
cool.
your
Okay,
next
well,
hearing will be
has there
on
been-
May 1st.
Has there been a guilty plea that has been put into record?
No, we can't do that because we have to determine whether or not you're able to proceed in this case.
So there is no plea that's been put in filed.
There's a plea of not guilty that's been entered.
And who put that in?
You had a first appearance and you are unable to plead guilty. So a not guilty plea has been entered on your behalf and we are waiting to have the doctors talk to you. And
How
this has
can
been going
somebody-
on for quite some time, Mr. Richard.
How can somebody put a plea in for me? That makes no sense. Doesn't the attorney have to do what I ask them to do, or they're acting in dishonor if
Well,
they don't do what I tell them to do?
All of this confusion that's going on right now is many examples of why we need this evaluation to take place. So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
Mr. Richard is completely out of touch, like lost in space levels of delusion. He refuses to turn his camera on, acting like court is some casual FaceTime call. Honestly, the judge is being way too patient. I get letting people expose their own nonsense, but at what point do we stop letting grown adults play pretend? Court isn't a game, it's a legal proceeding. The judge has every right to make him show his face and follow the rules. Part of me wishes she'd just shut this down, like, "Sir, this isn't debate club," or even hit him with a contempt charge. Maybe then he'd realize his whole, "I don't recognize your authority" act is as weak as a wet paper bag. But nope, instead, she's handling him like he's some fragile snowflake who might melt if she pushes too hard. Am I being too harsh? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's jump back in and see how this plays out.